For 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. This is an amendment that relates to the fair housing programs, and specifically the part of the program regarding the limited English proficiency initiative. This is a small program that is capped in the bill presently at $300,000. The President had asked that this be increased to $500,000. We now propose an amendment and offer an amendment that would increase it to $450,000. Still less than what the President offered, but nowhere near what a program like this actually justifies. I want to point out that we're not taking away from any other program. We're simply slightly lifting the cap on this particular program to allow the purpose of this program to be carried out. This initiative is vital to ensuring that individuals who are not proficient in English are aware of their rights, able to understand the terms of leases and other housing-related documents, and able to receive important announcements that affect the health and safety of their households. In addition, the initiative educates the HUD-assisted housing providers on their responsibilities under federal law and HUD regulations to ensure that their housing programs and activities are fully accessible to all, regardless of national origin or English proficiency. Finally, the initiative saves HUD staff time as it helps HUD to more efficiently communicate with and thereby serve the needs of the people who are not fluent in English. Madam Chairman, I have heard from time to time that the folks on the other side of the aisle are looking for some way to reach out to the Hispanic community and make their party more appealing to the Hispanic community here in America. We have to recognize that there's over 40 million Americans who do not speak English as their first language. This is a tiny program that's meant to allow for people who do not have English proficiency to have some of the same benefits and benefit from the same programs as those who do. Certainly, it would be a very small and minor concession on the part of the folks on the other side of the aisle to give this little nod to the Hispanic community and show their concern that we have equal protection under the law for all, regardless of whether they are English-speaking or Spanish-speaking or speak some other language. Now, since Congress initiated this program in fiscal year 2008, the Department has used this funding to translate vital HUD documents, such as model leases, fair housing complaint forms, statements of residents' rights and responsibilities, information on how to become a first-time homeowner and how to avoid loan fraud and foreclosure, and fair housing information for disaster housing providers and survivors. This request will not only fund translation of HUD documents and printing, but also oral interpretation services at HUD events, oral interpretation for persons seeking access to HUD services by telephone, acquisition of technology that conducts simultaneous oral translation, marketing of HUD's language access services to populations that need them, and public education on the availability of and the right to obtain information regarding HUD-funded services in multiple languages. Given the tiny amount of money that's involved here, this program has been extraordinarily effective. In the last year for which we have statistics, almost 30,000 people benefit of a program that costs the federal government only $300,000. This program has been incredibly cost-effective. It is very much needed by Hispanics throughout America and other minorities who do not have English as their first language. I ask the majority, my friends across the aisle, to consider the value of this program to the Hispanic community and everyone else in America. Thank you very much. I yield my time.
The gentleman yields back.